Welcome to Sports Geek Throwback. Here's your host, the sports geek himself, Sean Callanan.
G'day, I'm Sean Callanan from Sports Geek, and welcome to Sports Geek Throwback, where I pick out the best bits from the Sports Geek podcast archive. For this week's Sports Geek Throwback, I go back to episode 259 with Steve Reese, published in December 2019. Steve is, and was, and continues to be the CIO at the Phoenix Suns. Remember, if you need help, whether it be across digital, marketing or sponsorship, please get in touch. We help teams build revenue from digital assets. We do that by applying the digital to dollars process. I'd love to help you. In this throwback episode, Steve and I discuss why sleep is key for better health. Remember, you can listen to the full episode at sportsgeekhq.com/259. Enjoy.
I mean, sleep is far more complex than most people think. It's not just going to bed and getting up in the morning. Like, there's different problems around sleeping, whether it's I can't get to sleep at night, I wake up in the middle of the night, there's, really restful deep sleep and
interrupted sleep.
Mm-hmm.
How do you, because it is a third of our life, or it should be, as you're sort of saying. Where do you start tackling the problem?
Yeah, that's a good one because, everybody's sleep problems are just slightly different. They're a little bit unique to who they are.
Yeah.
And so what we did is we really attack it from two different directions. The first one we have is that, what does it take to get to sleep?
Yep.
And so when we first start our boot camp, we pass out a box that has, I'm going to say, about 20 different items in there that are to be used just depending on what people's issues are. So one of the things we do is the front end of the problem is, how do I fall asleep? So what we begin to do is give people the tools and the pointers to say, how do I do that more effectively? So some of it's free stuff.
Yep.
It is make sure you don't drink coffee afternoon. Coffee has a half-life of 5 hours, so if I'm drinking coffee at noon, it's still in my system until 10 o'clock at night. So I begin to, and our participants begin to prepare for sleep at about 11, 12 o'clock. And what they do is they don't drink coffee. They make sure that, they'll try to get in some sort of exercise before the end of the day.
Yep.
We don't want to do that too close to sleep. So exercise is a part of that. Another part is that we have blue light filtering glasses that we give everybody. So when I get home at night after exercising, I pop on these glasses. You can hardly see my eyes, but it filters the blue light. And then what that does is begin to encourage melatonin production in my system. And basically melatonin is just somewhat of the town crier that tells my body, hey, time to go to sleep. Hey, shut the system down. And so between, giving people simple free advice like go to bed consistently, coffee reduction, no alcohol, 3 hours or more before bedtime, try to reduce that. All those things have allowed, I would say, good to 50 to 75% of our participants to fall asleep much faster than what they were. But I'm going to back up just a second here.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that is a big issue is sleep apnea.
Okay.
And so what we did is we partnered with a local company here in Scottsdale that has an app called Drowsel. And so the first thing we'll do is when we kick the boot camp off is we will encourage everybody to sleep in a bed by themselves and let Drowsel listen to their breathing. And then what it does is a initial assessment of whether they're a candidate for sleep apnea. And it listens to the breathing and analyzes stuff, and then they have a chief medical officer on the other side that will get back to them and say, hey, you may have an issue. Let's talk about how to guide you to your doctor in order to get some assistance. 30% of the worldwide population, and it doesn't matter whether you're in great shape or out of shape, but 30% of the population have sleep apnea. So that's really the first place we start. And then we begin to give a lot of tips and the tools in the box to begin to let them learn how to fall asleep faster. And then we have other products that we use that if you're like me, I was a wake up at 3, 4 in the morning, stressed out sort of guy.
Yeah, that's me.
What tools to use there to get back to sleep. And so we have a product called New Calm that we've used. And it is a wonderful product that uses electromagnetic stimulation on the wrist. and then you listen to binaural beats, and then what that does is put you back into a REM state of sleep for a couple hours. And so with all those tools, and what it does is the more you reduce your anxiety over sleep, it just seems like then people begin to relax and truly, utilize the time that they have while they're in bed.
If you like this Sports Geek Throwback episode, please check out the full episode at sportsgeekhq.com. Please share Sports Geek with your sports business colleagues. We appreciate you sharing. We love working with podcast listeners. Please get in touch so we can help your team. Go to sportsgeekhq.com/phone call. All Sports Geek episodes are available at sportsgeekhq.com and all podcast platforms.